Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Ingram Jones, and thank you for watching Bayloric TV Boxing Channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for deciding to tune in. Thank you so much also for those people who have seen my recent interview with Abel Sanchez, the views and the respect I've had for a lot of people. I've appreciated your feedback, good, bad, and indifferent. Okay, let's crack on. The news announcement, Golovkin versus Brook. I mean, when somebody said it to me first and foremost, I almost choked. Somebody said, have you heard about the big announcement? I'm like, big announcement? And then I looked, and I'm looking and went through Google quickly to search and see Eubank Jr. versus Golovkin. Eubank still stalling. Okay. So I'm kind of looking around to see what this other big fight's going to be. Maybe, I don't know, Tyson Fury and Klitschko's been cancelled, or I'm looking around, Fury to look around, and then I look in here, Golovkin versus Brook. And I kind of take a step back and think to myself, okay, two big names, sounds good. But then saw smoke and mirrors. For me, it all seems like smoke and mirrors because, first of all, Kell Brook hasn't proven he's the best welterweight in his division for whatever reason, whether it's been negotiations, the fact that he should have moved Al Heyman, maybe he doesn't have the desire to fight. I don't know what it is. But now, if I was saying he didn't have the desire to fight, or he wasn't interested in the world of boxing, or he wasn't getting paid enough to fight Jesse Vargas, well, wait, he's jumped from welterweight. Now he's going to fight the premier middleweight in the world. I know Brook's a big guy at welterweight, but he's probably pulled himself down from a middleweight down to fight at welterweight. Whereas you know somebody, Gennady Golovkin, who is a middleweight, who possibly could be fighting at light heavyweight. So there's a little difference in the body structure. I mean, you're big and you're strong and you're powerful at your weight, and maybe at light middleweight, but going right up to middleweight, you fought nobody in between light middleweight and middleweight, and you're going to fight the premier middleweight in the world. You know, I mean, people want to see Golovkin tested. People want to see Golovkin in a great fight. If I'm going to sit down here and criticize Canelo for fighting Amir Khan, and a lot of people were like, Amir Khan is speed, and Amir Khan is going to outbox Canelo, and I said, you know what? As soon as Canelo lands one hard and flush on Khan, he's going to go down and pray one get out. I did say that. Now we've got Gennady Golovkin versus Kell Brook. Well, someone would say, well, Brook's unbeaten. He's strong. Okay, fine. But I would also say all the things you're talking about Kell Brook, he's done at welterweight, and he had that fight against Carson Jones at light middleweight, which I don't really, I don't kind of see that as a marker as to what he can do up at middleweight. I mean, Khan was poking fun at Brook and saying, well, you want to take the Gennady Golovkin fight. But let's spool back a second. Wasn't the man of the moment Chris Eubank Jr. meant to be negotiating to fight Gennady Golovkin? How was it that Eddie Hearn was able to get in between those negotiations and slip straight through? Or was it, like a lot of people suspected, that Chris Eubank Jr. and Chris Eubank Sr. was using the name Gennady Golovkin as nothing more than a publicity stunt? And Eddie Hearn heard that through the grapevine and went straight through and said, we're serious, we'll make a proposal to you. And here's this. Kell Brook's already been in training. He was preparing to fight for Vargas. So now he's got this fight now against Gennady Golovkin. There's a huge difference between Jesse Vargas welterweight and Gennady Golovkin middleweight. Personal opinion, I don't think Brook moves. I don't know how fast Brook will be at middleweight, first and foremost. I don't know how sharp he'll be in terms of his counter-punching ability. And I've always been concerned about Kell Brook defensively when he's back up against the ropes. Not a great inside fighter. I have concerns there. When he backs straight up against the ropes, someone like Gennady's going to be nailing him with hard shots. I don't know. So those are my initial thoughts. Let me hear what you've got to say, because you, the boxing fans, must be flabbergasted like I am. Let's hear what you've got to say. Let's hear what the room's saying. Okay. J124 did not see this coming. No, I don't think even Stevie Wonder saw it coming. Canton D King 1 says it's a good fight. B Wolf Boxers, hey brother, I had the same reaction, haha. Glenn C says, so Eubank bottled it. Alan Hurst says, what an announcement. J124 says, guys, which do you prefer, GGG Eubank or GGG Brook? I say GGG Eubank or Gennady Golovkin versus Eubank, because at least Eubank is a middleweight. He's a middleweight. Marcus R says, who's calm? Marcus R says, it all seems a bit fishy, but screw it. GGG Brook is a much better fight in my opinion. No, I'm not so sure if Brook is a better fight. They both got defensive lapses for me. Both defensively flawed. Both, in terms of footwork, are not fancy Dans. I don't know. Alan Hurst said I wanted Brook to become undisputed welterweight champion. Well, that probably won't happen now. Alan Hurst said, will he keep his IBF belt if he loses? Well, I don't know. Jamie White says, love Eddie Hearn, ha ha ha. Thomas Luckwell says, Golovkin will damage Brook. I can see that. Thomas Luck says he'll never be the same. So J124 says, for the middleweight belt, so the IBF isn't on the line. Well, you got to ask yourself the question now, if Brook doesn't defend his title, would it be strict, and would it allow Bundu versus Spence to be for the IBF middleweight championship, welterweight championship world? Sorry. Marcus R says he keeps the belt. Brook's a much better fight. I don't understand how a welterweight fighter can be better than a middleweight fighter. Are you sitting here telling me that Kell Brook, the welterweight, is stronger than Chris Eubank, the middleweight? I can't see. I don't see it, people. I don't understand how a welterweight can be stronger than a middleweight. I mean, I personally can't see it. I prefer the Eubank fight simply because Eubank is a middleweight and is a big, strong middleweight that could make a super middleweight. Clayton sees it has been confirmed that he will keep his IBF belt. Okay. Brook has more chance of beating Gennady Golovkin than Khan ever had of beating Canelo. You know what? This caught me by surprise. So I'm going to read the comments and eat my salad at the same time. Does Brook have a chance? Well, no, not really. This is a circus sideshow, I agree. Don Flamenco says, Mark Houghton, IBF not on the line, brother. Thank goodness. Who would win between Brook and Eubank Jr.? Now there's a fight. Who would win between Eubank Jr. and Kell Brook? Has anyone got an answer to that question first? Who would win between Kell Brook and Chris Eubank Jr.? I prefer GGG Brook, to be honest. Hardcore says he can't win, and GGG, he knows he can't lose. All for the money. J124 says Brook has a much better chance. All it would be is for Eubank to drop his hands and bang. Well, I can't tell you that Brook is defensively any better. Let me take you back to the Carson Jones fight. He's not much better. Lee Robson says, stop eating. I will do. Glenn says, it is a win-win fight for Brook. No, I don't see that. If you were the one taking them shots against Gennady Golovkin, I'm not sure you'd be saying it's a win-win. But of course, I understand as a fan. Win-win? I don't know. Ruffian Music, I had an idea this was happening as Brook had been posting a lot on social media over the last few days. Peter Perkins, how's he going to pay off his debts now? Back to the jungle. Ruffian Music, the Eubank Jr. negotiation had stalled. I believe that this will be much closer fight than people expect. Kell's a massive at welterweight, and he'll be more uncomfortable at middleweight. Yeah, I understand this point about Kell being a big welterweight. He may even be a big light welterweight, a light middleweight, sorry, but a big middleweight. You're talking about Gennady Golovkin, who's a big middleweight, pulling weight down, so he could be a super middleweight or light heavy. You're talking about Kell Brook, who might walk around as a middleweight. So I don't know. Yes, the downside of this fight is that Brook is a welterweight, but Brook is huge for welterweight. I know you count on his point that Brook being huge for welterweight. He's done nothing at middleweight. What's his punch power like at middleweight? What's his punch resistance like at middleweight? It's all right taking a shot at welterweight and getting rocked by Rabchenko or getting hurt by Carson Jones. But what happens when he gets hit by Gennady Golovkin, who's not a powder puff puncher, may I remind you? And holding Sean Porter. If you can hold Sean Porter for 5'6", Sean Porter, you're now fighting someone who's 5'11". Brook body no longer wanted 147. That's the reasons for his pullouts. Well, is it that? I hear stories. Again, I hear stories about Kell Brook's life. He doesn't actually live the life of a boxer. Always in the clubs, partying, and all the rest of the extracurricular activity. Has that got anything to do with his lifestyle outside of boxing that may have affected his lifestyle inside of boxing? Brook would be small for 154. Look at Andrade, J-Rock, Jamil, all 6-footers. Very good point there. Very, very good point. Eubank Jr. has a better defense by a little. If Brook would get kept, Eubank Jr. has got no defense, and Brook has got no defense. If you think backing straight up against the ropes is and holding people is defense, then forget it. I've heard that Brook was offered the same contract as Eubank, difference being that Brook accepted it. What is that contract? Don Flamengo, if boxing didn't have so much time go on between fights, this would have been kind of cool. But really, it's just a waste of time for both of these guys. Ha ha ha, Eubank Jr. doesn't have a defense. He doesn't. What defense has Eubank Jr. got? What defense has Eubank Jr. got? He got caught by Spike O'Sullivan. He got caught by Duran. Yeah, Tom Duran. You might go back and look at the tapes. He got caught by Tom Duran. I mean, if you get caught by them kind of guys, no disrespect to Spike O'Sullivan, who I love dearly, and no disrespect to Nick Blackwell, no disrespect to Tom Duran or Spike O'Sullivan or Nick Blackwell. This is Gennady Golovkin we're talking about, all right? And if you're getting rocked by Rabchenko at welterweight, I just wonder what happens when you fight a big middleweight. That's what I'm saying. I believe Brook can KO Eubank, though. Telling me Chris Eubank Jr. has a defense is like telling me Carl Froch had a fantastic defense as well. His defense is his chin. He stops shots with his chin. What's next for Eubank? All the talk in a no GGG fight. Possibly a fight with Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, or maybe Danny Jacobs. Would Eubank Jr. talk so big and fight Danny Jacobs? He says, I'll fight Gennady Golovkin, I'll fight Danny Jacobs, and I'll fight Billy Joe Saunders. Well, all right. Billy Joe Saunders may have his own plans. And we know that Jacobs has already got his fight signed to fight Mora again. Gennady now is fighting Brook. That's Eubank frozen out the picture, I say. So he'll have to defend his title against John Ryder. That's right. John Ryder will come in now and be a pay-per-view event. Eubank Jr. versus John Ryder for the British middleweight title. Pay-per-view. Coming soon to Matchroom. So look forward to that. What should we make of this fight? What does GG prove if he beats Brook? Absolutely FA Cup. Nothing. Just like Canelo beating Khan. I said that, and I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you people and say, oh, well, it's Gennady Golovkin, so we can give him a bit of a breather. It's Gennady Golovkin. No. No. And if he were to get, listen, if Gennady Golovkin were to get beat by Kell Brook, oh dear. Oh dear. Think about the flip side of this. Imagine if Gennady Golovkin gets beat by Kell Brook. Imagine he gets manhandled and gets knocked out. What would happen then? What would people be saying on that side of things? Okay, for those people who think Kell Brook stands a chance, what would happen then? This is my point. As I've said, I've said to everyone earlier on, Kell Brook has done nothing at middleweight. Everything's been done at welterweight. Like I was saying about Amir Khan, did nothing at middleweight and got chinned. The only thing that Kell Brook has in his favour, and the only thing he's got in his favour, is that he hasn't been chinned at welterweight. If he'd been chinned like Khan at welterweight, this conversation would be redundant. But the fact he hasn't been chinned gives him a chance. Well, he hasn't been knocked out. He hasn't really been beaten up or such. I mean, the Carson Jones fight, let's forget about that fight. He wasn't really prepared. So he hasn't really taken a beating, and he hasn't really looked in too much trouble by the Carson Jones fight. So he did well against Sean Porter. In fact, he handled Sean Porter better than Thurman did. So, yeah, there's where the logic comes in. But nobody is turning around saying, well, hold on. He did that at welterweight, and he really hasn't fought anybody who really would chin him. So now he's fighting a guy who will chin him, won't think twice, and will chin him. I don't see how people can turn around and say this is a great fight. I think this is a smoke and mirrors with lots of illusions around it, meaning that it sounds good on paper. It sounds good, but when you actually look at it a little closer, it's another trick played. And this is something that James Ellie-Bashir said a long time ago. He said, if you look at Gennady Golovkin and you look at Terry Norris, they were pulling guys up from the lower weight divisions with Terry Norris. And Abel Sanchez was his trainer as well, pulling guys up from the lower divisions and making title defenses like that. That's how he kind of made the Terry Norris legacy, Abel Sanchez. And look now, Abel Sanchez is now, training Gennady Golovkin. So, of course, I think Abel would be more than happy to have somebody pull up from welterweight up to middleweight. I'd love to hear what Abel's going to say, and I will call him after this to find out exactly what Abel Sanchez thinks of defending a fight with Gennady Golovkin against a welterweight. Somebody says here, praying for Golovkin's downfall. No, mate, I'm not praying for Golovkin's downfall. What I'm saying is there's two guys in a ring boxing. I've given you the Golovkin side of things. I've given you the Brook side of things. If I just said Gennady all night long, then it would just be like a fanatic. But basically, I'm saying to you, there's two guys getting a ring. What would happen if Gennady wins? What would happen if Brook wins? That's all. This is a great matchup. Says now anybody says it's a great matchup, and then after the fight, Brook were to get chinned in a few rounds and say, "Oh, that was a crap matchup. It wasn't a middleweight." Don't say that afterwards. Right. Let's see here. HHH12000 says Brook couldn't control Porter, but he is going to beat Gennady Golovkin. Because GGG is small, that's stupid. I agree. But hey, who am I? What do I know about boxing? Apart from I told you that what was going to happen with Canelo and Khan. But no, Khan's speed and Khan's speed and Khan's speed. Gennady Golovkin's got a great jab. GGG keeps trying to fight smaller guys, but won't have anything to do with Ward. Well, Brook will keep GG off him with a stiff jab. It's possible, Mikey. Possible at welterweight, possible at middleweight. Remember that jab that he has, it's got a good pumping jab at a welterweight. What is that jab going to be like at middleweight? It's going to be slower. YouTuber says, holy shit, GGG versus Brook. Cope09 says, GG should have came to UK years ago. He would have been a massive star. Hakeem says, it's just so unexpected. It came out of nowhere. I agree. X Stacy says, Eddie, big payday. Absolutely. Please let me know where you are. give you reactions from where you are at the moment. I'll give you a shout out. Brit boxing fan. Who is Khan? Amir Khan. GGG. A 124. Jay says GG can't pick and choose his fights because no one wants to fight him. Brook on points. I don't know about that. Faisal says this is a rubbish fight. Anybody who defends GG is a fanboy. Well, you said it, not me. Yes, indeed, Brook's jab will be a nightmare for GGG to deal with until he gets over with the right hand. Eubank Sr. has learned a valuable lesson. Don't try and mess with Paymaster Sky. Eddie has taught the Mickey Mouse outfit that is Senior, not trying to run things. Brook's punches will bounce off GGG like Kotov's bounce off Canelo. There's my point there. F me. Tom O'Brien says, Eubank Sr. must have really pissed Eddie off. I agree. Brook 6-1 to win. Isn't bad odds at all. I ain't touching that. Brook is not going to out-jab GGG. No way. Says he's in Essex. Shout out to Essex. Hey, Baylor, do you think Eubank Jr. will dispose of Hearn? I don't know. There will be a rematch clause in a contract for Brook if Brook wins. Is everyone forgetting GGG's power? No, I'm not forgetting. I'm reminding everyone of it. Ingram, can we get a move on like? A move on like? A move on? Why would you want to get a move on? Well, this is Golovkin Brook. Brit Boxing fan says Brook ain't no runner, so they're gonna trade. This ain't going the distance. I agree. Technically, he doesn't move. He's not a runner. He's not a mover. He's not a Willie Monroe who'll move, stick and jab. Those are the kind of guys that would give Golovkin problems. Guys who could stick and move, but who can punch. Eubank Jr. dropped the deal. Brook said, I'll take it, says Larry Pine. Tom CFC, what a fight. Can't wait. Eubanks of Floors had no intention of fighting GGG. Holy effing shitbags. Hakim says, GG has the power of a light heavyweight and Brook is moving up. Dude's got balls. What is he thinking? GG does not deserve all the credit he gets. If he beats Brook, then what does he prove he's a world beater? Absolutely not. Brook is the best welterweight besides Thurman, and he rehydrates to 160. Yes, he rehydrates to 160, but GGG is a 160 fighter coming down from something like light heavyweight. That's my problem. Phone Able now live. Well, a bit difficult. Brook has a chance, but I see Golovkin winning by KO. No, he's gonna get KO'd because there's no way for him to run. And when Golovkin starts whacking and body shots in and coming through the middle, Eubank stabbed in the back, says Yusuf. Sunline says, this is professional boxing. It's about making matches the public will buy. They will buy this. And it gives Junior a chance. Oh, this is going too fast. I've got to go back up the page here. Sorry, people. Almost 100 people in the room watching. Thank you all so much. This is professional boxing. It's about making matches the public will buy. They will buy this. And it gives Junior a chance to learn to box rather than beat up bums. Okay. Alan Hurst says, could GGG beer fun time? Like Brook did, LOL. Hi, Baylor. Yes, Pepe, how you doing? Mikey says, GG hasn't fought anyone as good as Brook. Let's be honest. You're underestimating you. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How good is Kell Brook? Nobody knows how good Kell Brook is. Yes, he beat Porter. Okay? But Keith Thurman beat Porter. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows how good Kell Brook is. But he struggled against Carson Jones. Okay? Well, what about, can Brook beat Spence? That's the question. Will they have a hydration clause calls to maybe 165? Thurman, Spence, and Brook are the best at 147. Okay, think about this. Okay, even if Brook makes 160 on the night, okay, and then Golovkin comes in the night and he weighs 175. Well, talk to me. Talk to me. Eubank was never stabbed in the back. The fight was there. Eubank ducked Triple G after talking all that crap. I think Brook will enter the ring at 165 and GGG at 170. Lewis Avada, hey Mikey, this is definitely GGG's test, so enough with the B-class fighters, G4. I just punched my 3-year-old out of excitement. She's crying. LOL, what a fight. Oh, dear. She's okay now. She's enjoying your stream, Ingram. Thank you so much, Rough Mush. We mock Canelo for fighting small guys. So what the F is this? I've just mentioned. How can you talk about Canelo and smash Canelo, and then Gennady's gone and done the same thing? Carson Jones was 4 years ago for sake. He's so much better now. Is he? I don't know if he's any better now. He boxes the same way all over again. Let's get Paul Rugon Smith versus Errol Spence on the other. Don't want to talk about Spence until Spence is mandatory. Talk Amir Khan if you want to use Chris Algieri as your measuring stick. Do you think Chris J will be on the undercard? Yeah, he fights the winner. I want the research on whom GGG has fought that was the same size as him. Okay. GG's highest weight is 171. Okay, just under light heavy. Brook was 163 against Alvaro Robes. Shouldn't be a problem to make 5 more pounds. Then it's equal. But what's his punch power like? What's his punch resistance like? Has he ever been hit by someone like Gennady Golovkin? And let's remind you, he has been dropped as a welterweight. Guna says, afternoon, Ingram. GGG wins by murder. Brit Boxing fan says, and there was a rematch. If you never heard, Slaughter Jones. Yeah, that's not good. This is a difference to Canelo card. Huge. Brook is huge, and this will be at catchweight. A catchweight for the middleweight championship of the world. I don't think so, because Gennady Golovkin says middleweight, we fight at middleweight. He was saying that Canelo was complaining about catchweight and the Cotter fight being catchweight. So for Gennady to fight Brook at catchweight would be hypocritical. Carson Jones is GGG sparring partner. That's nice. Wow, you don't know if he's any better. I'm done. Okay, fair enough. Curtis Stevens and Lemieux were GG's toughest opponents. GG wins by decapitation. Brooks has sparred David Brophy to get used to raw power. How embarrassed does Chris Eubank Jr. feel right now? I don't know. Show me the red button for GG versus Brook. I'm ready to order, says Brit Boxing fan. Mark Cowan says, I think Brook is the real deal. I fancy him to get through the power of GGG. Okay. 8 of GG's last 10 opponents have been heavier than him and got spots, dropped, knocked out. When will Khan fight Jesse Vargas now? Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. What chance you give Brook? Slim and none. I heard the Eubank Jr fight. Is this true? Senior won't be happy with Mr. Hearn. Now, total mismatch. Brook is not going to do shit. Brook 50%. I need to get tickets for this. England, will you be coming to England to watch? I'll be coming to England just to talk to Abel Sanchez in person. Eubank's jogging back to Warren in search of Billy Joe Saunders now. Vargas with KO Cotton. Let me ask you a lot of questions. I know you're all talking about this contract thing. Contract. The thing is, a binding contract to make a fight happen. What are in these Gennady Golovkin contracts? Does anybody have any idea what these contracts look like? And what was in that contract? What was it that Brook took? Now, here's another thing. One of the ways I feel, in my opinion, that you can get rid of a fighter, or if a fighter's not doing what you want him to do, you throw him under the bus and then you give him a fight like something like this. A fight he can't possibly win. Or if he wins, it's an upset. Do you realize Eubank did not want this and it was a publicity stunt to build his name? Possibly. Baylor, who do you think would win between Brook versus Eubank, Billy Joe Saunders, Eubank? I don't know. Billy Joe Saunders is bigger than Brook. I think Billy Joe Saunders is a better boxer than Brook. I don't know. Jordan Wright says, terrible decision by Brook. Hearn will do anything for a pay-per-view. What weight are they fighting at? Middleweight, 160. Eubank is such a diva. Heard he dropped 3 million pounds. His highest purse was 1 million against Saunders so far. The fight should be made at 158 catchweight with 165 hydration limit. No, it shouldn't be. It should be for the middleweight championship of the world and stop the catchweight stuff. Who are you saying has dropped Brook at welterweight? He was. I had it on my channel a long time ago. It was when he was with Dave Colwell. He got dropped. So he has been dropped as a pro. I can't remember the gentleman's name. I think the guy is from Wales who dropped him. Kell Brook will most likely pull out, like he's done with Dev Alexander and Diego Chavez. Well, in that case, then Brook's getting his name some publicity as well. Lee O'Donnell, nice to see you, Lee. Do you think he has more chance of beating GG than Khan of beating Canelo? I think the only thing that matches up well here is that Khan, physically, you didn't think he could do anything at welterweight, at middleweight anyway. That's the first thing. Secondly, so body structure. Secondly, Khan already got chinned at welterweight, so his chin was always a problem. So for me, the things that make it better for Brook is he's never been knocked out. And he's solid, he's strong, he's big at the weight. So those things are where I think Brook's got the advantage over Khan. He's not been scarred yet. Then GGG ducked Ward and he's protected by HBO. GGG is an industry right now with all that support. Having Ward move up is how it's done. He didn't get 1 million for Saunders, nowhere close, says Tom Bryan. Mikey says, no, Eubank definitely didn't get 1 million. He got 70 grand, I think. Khan was never chinned at welterweight. What? He wasn't chinned at welterweight. He was chinned by Garcia. He was chinned by Prescott. Got dropped by Diaz. And then got sparked at middleweight. Harold Ingram, do you think Eubanks will work with Hearn again? Well, who knows? On Boxer, you will not find any information that Brook was down in his fights. Look, I don't talk rubbish. It was on my channel. Brook was dropped in a pro fight. Those people who've been with the channel a lot longer, Brook was dropped in a professional fight. And it was early in his professional career against a Welshman. And I had it, if you go back on my Bayloric channel, not this channel, Bayloric, you'll see I did a video on it and the video was taken down. Okay, he was dropped at light. He got dropped at light welterweight. Okay, he got dropped at light welterweight. He would have got knocked out at welterweight, so no difference. Garcia was like, well, yes. Okay, he got dropped by limited. Neither was Prescott. He was a knockout at lightweight, not welterweight. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Light welterweight, but in the night, probably the night he was weighing as a welterweight. But as far as I'm concerned, he still would have got chinned at welterweight. If Brook had fought him, if Thurman had fought him, he would have got chinned at welterweight. And he got chinned at middleweight, and he got chinned at light middleweight. Middleweight. So what you're trying to basically tell me is Khan's chin would have been better at welterweight. I don't want to hear that stuff about Khan. And this is not about Khan. It's about Brook v Golovkin. Eddie has said Eubank Jr. can fight the winner of the two. Well, yeah. Brook v Gennady Golovkin will never happen. If Brook wants to make a fight, he needs to leave Matchroom. I've been saying this for a long time, fight fans, that the situation with Kell Brook is he needs to leave Matchroom and he needs to go to Al Heyman. That's what I think. Would Brook beat Eubank at 155? That's the question. Can he beat Chris Eubank Jr.? I don't know. It's a great fight. Abel Sanchez told a story in an interview that Golovkin once knocked out and beat with one punch in Big Bear. A bear. Yeah, I heard stories about George Foreman's punching and killing an ox or killing a cow with one punch. I heard that as well. So I don't know what to think, fight fans. Oh, I found it. He had a count. First round against Carl David. There you go. I told you. I told you. I'm pretty sure GGG wins easily. 160 is his natural walking around rate and his ridiculous KO power. Yes, true. Mismatch room or hype room. Yeah, I said before. Mismatch room, hype room. Then he knocked down Carl David out in round 3. Yes, but he still got dropped. So that was my point. If Brook goes to Heyman, he'll get set up for a loss. There's no way Heyman would invest in some 30-year-old to come to the States to dominate over the likes of Thurman and Spence. No. But he'd get the fights. He'd get the fights. Let's be honest. GGG wins, but what's next for Brook after Brook loses? Let's see the state of Brook after the fight. He should have taken the Danny Garcia fight, a man with genuine power, welterweight, or one-time Thurman, but money talks. Brook is leaving the O2 in a stretcher. How do you know he wins? Rightfully favoured, but anything can happen in boxing. Brook has a good chance. Listen, I guess you were one of those people who said that anything can happen in boxing. Khan can beat Canelo. There's logic, physics, and I don't know. Brook is not like a Sugar Ray Leonard that's got blurring hand speed and fast combinations and great footwork and great defense. You haven't got that. You've got a guy that's pretty much flat-footed, pretty much not great defensively, don't fight great on the inside, and likes to fight at a controlled pace. Not one to like the brawl so much. And anytime anyone gets close to him, he ties them up. So that's what you're doing with Brook. And with Khan, you've got a flawed guy who's always open to a left hook. They were both waiting on the morning of the fight, said Eddie. Eddie can say what he wants. I don't know what that contract says, so Eddie can say what the hell he wants. DeGale versus Wilder next. Yeah, who knows? Brook is a big 4-4-7 and GG is small 155. But I said not a mismatch, but like many are saying, but I do know. But what I do know, well, I'm not so sure about all of that. If anyone can beat anyone, sure. But that's like saying, what if Berto beats Floyd Mayweather or if Khan beats Canelo? That's why we've got boxing. That's why, you know, there's an art and a form of boxing, and you just say, that's almost like saying, like, I don't know, a local club from Ireland is going to come along and beat Manchester United. There's a possibility they could. That'd be a huge upset, but that you're banking on an upset. I'm not banking on an upset. I'm kind of working on the basis that a guy who's done nothing at middleweight, absolutely diddly squat. Okay, at middleweight, he's done nothing at middleweight. We don't know what his punch resistance is like. His middleweight. We don't know how fast he is at middleweight. We don't know how effective. Yes, he may be big at middleweight, but big doesn't mean you're effective. It means you're slower. It means Brook is already flat-footed, so he's even more flat-footed. He's carrying excess weight. I don't know. I don't agree with this business about Brook at middleweight. And no, I'm sorry. Sorry. What's his attribute? Speed and power, LOL. He hasn't even beaten a top 5 opponent. Brook can't even pay off his cookie dealers. Somebody says, I'm a Khan fan. Right. Okay. My personal opinion is I can't respect Gennady Golovkin for this. I really can't. You can't, you know, you do get Canelo, but then you're fighting a welterweight. Can't, sorry. Can't respect Gennady Golovkin for this. Yeah. Can't respect him for this. My personal opinion. It's like saying, well, you know what? Let's string Tyson Fury and get him down to fight for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. He's got height and reach. Sorry. No. I don't believe in this. I'm sorry. I can't. If Brook had fought 2 or 3 fights at middleweight, yeah, then maybe I would have said, okay, let's see how this fight matches up. I want to see what his speed looks like. I want to know what his power is like. You know, basically, if you look at someone like Brook, his speed, his power, his movement, the stuff he does, he's been great against guys, and that's been his attributes. That's been his strengths. Those strengths get taken away from him once he moves into the middleweight division. He's no longer the big guy in the division. He's no longer the big puncher in his division. He may not have the same speed and accuracy and counter-punching ability. He might not be so fast. And what happens when he's fighting a guy that's bigger and stronger than him, and he can't shift him out of the way because the punches you normally knock welterweights out with are bouncing off again, he off his chin. Guys like Curtis Stevens and David Lemieux cracked Golovkin on his chin, and he kept walking forward. So you're telling me that Brook's going to hit harder than Curtis Stevens? Yeah, all right. Jog on. This is typical GGG. Cherry pick. We have seen 22 straight. Why do we need to see another? GGG is the A side. Jacobs, Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, Eubank, all ducked him. They could have negotiated. For me, I'd love to see him fight Andrade or Lara. That's who I think Gennady Golovkin should fight. A light middleweight who looks big enough that can go up to middleweight, no problems. All I can say for me, it returns to Kell Brook. All the lights are out. This has been Ingram Jones and Bayloric TV. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. Hold on a second. Before I go, I've got to do this. Well, Bayloric, let me take you back to Matthew Hatton. He fought Brook straight off on the back off of Canelo. And he said Brook was a harder fight. Food for thought. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I can't use Matthew Hatton as the litmus test for him fighting Golovkin. I'm out of here. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. Check out the Abel Sanchez interview and stay tuned. I will be in touch with Abel Sanchez and we're going to find out what Abel thinks of Golovkin versus Brook. Take care now. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Take care.